Who the fuck's riding with you that got the balls to pull a strap on me?
It amazes me how dangerous people can actually be when they actually believe something negative or something that can't be proven. Right now, everyone knows that that Russia, under direct orders of Vladimir Putin, has committed an unprovoked attack on Ukraine. An attack that's going to cost thousands of lives, perhaps on both sides, and perhaps make things worse for the Russian people. But apparently to Trumpers, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter a bit. Vladimir Putin, in their minds, is doing the right thing. He's doing the brave thing. He's doing the smart thing. And everyone who disagrees with him is wrong, or is a terrorist, or is anti-American. Even going so far as to saying that somehow if Donald Trump were still the president of the United States right now, if he had won the election in 2020, if he were still in the White House right now, the attack on Ukraine would not have happened. That is the most dangerous bit of jingoistic bullshit that I've ever heard in my entire life. The attack on Ukraine was going to happen anyway, regardless of what Donald Trump had said, regardless if Trump was still in office. But what's really scary is the fact that the right wing has turned a blind eye to what Vladimir Putin has done, calling him everything from smart and savvy to brave, while at the very same time blaming the United States for it, blaming the United States for the attack on the Ukraine. Now I'm going to show you some different instances from videos from right-wing pundits like Candace Owens and people at Newsmax, Steve Bannon and his joker of a partner, all the way to the former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, that showed that they actually praise Vladimir Putin and blame the United States of America from everything from them participating in NATO all the way to our embracement of the lgbtq community, which they despise more than anything else.
Since the day that Donald Trump became president, Democrats in Washington have told you have a patriotic duty to hate Vladimir Putin. It's not a suggestion, it's a mandate. Anything less than hatred for Putin is treason. Many Americans have obeyed this directive. They now dutifully hate Vladimir Putin. Maybe you're one of them. Hating Putin has become the central purpose of America's foreign policy. It's the main thing that we talk about. Entire cable channels are now devoted to it. Very soon, that hatred of Vladimir Putin could bring the United States into a conflict in Eastern Europe. Before that happens, it might be worth asking yourself, since it is getting pretty serious, what is this really about? Why do I hate Putin so much? Has Putin ever called me a racist? Has he threatened to get me fired for disagreeing with him? Has he shipped every middle-class job in my town to Russia? Did he manufacture a worldwide pandemic that wrecked my business and kept me indoors for 2 years? Is he teaching my children to embrace racial discrimination? Is he making fentanyl? Is he trying to snuff out Christianity? Does he eat dogs? These are fair questions, and the answer to all of them is no.
And the reason that Putin ain't woke, he is anti-woke.
The Russians, people still know which bathroom to use.
They know how many genders are there in Russia?
2.
Okay, that's all of a sudden. That's not. They don't have the flags. They don't have the pride flags outside on their.
They don't have boys swimming in girls' college swim meets.
How backward!
It's embarrassing.
How savage! How medieval! How medieval! This is why this whole thing's a scam. It's a total and complete scam. And here's the
first we saw the personal lies, then we see the policy lies. Nothing we get from this administration is true. These are the reasons why I don't trust Joe Biden or anyone around him. This Russian invasion that they claim is well underway smells fishy to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I predicted Russia would take Ukraine with little bloodshed. I predicted Vladimir Putin would roll in just like he did in Crimea and declare it as his. Now, that could be what's happening right now. Team Biden tells us the Russian cyber attacks have increased against Ukraine. It would make sense, but have they increased? Where's the evidence? Guess what? We never get any evidence with Team Biden. Certainly not with COVID. We don't get evidence now surrounding Ukraine. Why? Because Vladimir Putin is playing Joe Biden for the rudderless fool that he is. President Trump knows what's behind Putin's moves.
Very capable. I have enormous respect for him. I've been criticized for saying that. No, I have enormous respect for him. He was also an interlocutor that was always well-informed and deeply clear about what Russian interests were. I appreciated that. It required the same from us, from me, from my team. We had to be equally prepared and equally protective of the interests that matter to the United States. He is very savvy, very shrewd. I never saw, that's not quite true. When I think about some of the things they do in the diplomatic space and some of the things they do in this space where they go off people, I think that's counterproductive. I shared that with him very directly. I said, you're trying to find a way to connect with us. I think those things just make it really hard for Western leaders to engage with you because it lights up all the human rights issues and the like. And I just don't think there's much game in it. And he would smile at me with a look that reminded me that's a tough world out there. And no, I consider him a elegantly sophisticated counterpart and one who is not reckless, but has always done the math. And we may disagree with his priorities. We may disagree with his math. We certainly disagree that the interests that he seeks are reasonable for his country in many cases. But we should never underestimate that he is doing this in a way where he's exhibiting his capacity to control and his deep desire that his most important objective, and I should have listed this first, his most important objective is that he continues to run the deal.
Now, I'm not going to traumatize any of you with the video clip of the podcast from Donald Trump. I already did that in the previous video, and I'm not going to do it again. But what really bothers me is that every one of them have sold out our country, the United States, our country, for the sake of Vladimir Putin. Isn't that what I've been accused of when I didn't support Donald Trump all those years? That I sold out my country, that I'm a terrorist, that I'm Al-Qaeda, that I'm some kind of radical because I didn't support Donald Trump either time he ran for president. So what does that make all of these people? Why does it make the people, not just the people I posted about here, but why does it make about the people who say if Donald Trump was still in power, the attack on Ukraine would never have happened? Yesterday, I played the video for you from his podcast interview saying that Trump actually praised the attack. Trump would not have stopped the Russian attack on Ukraine. He wouldn't have. In fact, he praised the attack on Ukraine as being, quote, genius. So you sold out your country for Vladimir Putin. And it's pretty much a projective, self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of people have accused me of selling out this country because I don't support Trump. Well, now, you sold out your country to an enemy of the United States, a man who has threatened this country multiple times, and most recently has threatened this country if we retaliate, regardless of what the retaliation might be. President Biden's already put down sanctions against Russia. Could that prompt a response from Putin? So you're willing to stand with a murderer and a dictator over your own damn country. As far as I'm concerned, the people who I posted about today, from Mike Pompeo to Candace Owens to the fat idiot Steve Bannon to the guys at Newsmax, every single one of you has betrayed this country. And trust me, we will not forget it. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left. Justice to the right.